Thank you very much. And we then proceed to the second speaker, which is a woman with a wonderfully sounding name, Dr. Armelle Lepère Desblanc. I hope that I did it say in the right way. Dr. Lepère Desblanc is a medical doctor and a PhD. She's the head of the Department of Pilot Programs on Clinical Impact at the French National Authority for Health. Since 2004, she has managed a pluridisciplinary team of health professionals charged with the conception, coordination, and development of innovative programs on public health issues for the improvement of quality, safety, and outcomes. I would like to ask you for your presentation.
Good morning. So I'm very happy and honored to be here because since 2 years I'm in charge of the European joint action called ALCO for Alzheimer Cooperative Valuation in Europe. And we were proposed by our French government as National Authority for Health to pilot with a lot of partners this joint action. I would like to associate to this presentation the coordination team with Dr. Riolacci, Maggie Galbraith, and Christine Barr from the HES, and of course all the ALCO group. We have no disclosure, no conflict of interest. So, as you can see on this slide, we have a lot of ALCO partners all over Europe with 19 countries committed in this joint action, and 30 organizations were proposed by the government to join this project. And we have 7 countries which serve as a leader of 7 work packages, and I will present you our mission just after that. So all of you know the importance and the crucial issue of dementia for European citizens and government. And so ALCO was really born out of the need to share knowledge and experiences between European member states in order to propose public health recommendation to improve care for individuals and their career in Europe. And so we are not at all a research project, but really a cooperative network between member states, and we exchange with other European projects and initiatives in order to capitalize the knowledge in Europe on dementia. So you know how large is the topic of dementia. So it was decided at the very beginning of the project to focus on 5 core questions. The first one about epidemiology and how to improve the knowledge and the data on prevalence, because you know how it's important to build the best policy for patients and their families. Another important issue already discussed yesterday about early diagnosis. That means a diagnosis as early as possible for all patients all over Europe. How to improve care, and particularly in complex situations such as BPSD, behavioral disorders. How to improve the rights of patients living with dementia. And a shared question between all partners about a safety issue, the question of antipsychotics, which are very often prescribed facing BPSD. And you know that today we have other solutions to promote, so it was decided to share this topic. So we have 7 work packages, 3 transversal, the one led by France, it's coordination, the second one led by Spain about dissemination of the project with the Instituto de Salud Carlos III. Slovakia, which is in charge of our evaluation and monitoring with the Neuroimmunology Institute, and 4 countries in charge of 4 thematic work packages: Italy, with Instituto Superiore di Sanità for epidemiology, the UK with the Department of Health and the Worcester University and Professor Don Broker yesterday presents the preliminary recommendation about early diagnosis, all our team of course. Finland, which leads the question about care and services for BPSD in particular, from the National Institute for Health and Welfare, and Belgium with the King Bondoin Foundation, which is in charge of ethic questions. So we have chosen a very methodic approach with 3 pillars. The first one is to try to have an overview of the situation in Europe through questionnaires sent to European member states and partners. The second pillar is to make a review of the literature and to analyze and synthesize this literature. And the third pillar is to exchange with European experts, projects, and networks. And so our aim is really to try to be able to compare the real situation in Europe to the standard, to the level of evidence, the best practice or the good practice, to propose operational recommendation focused on problems in a solving problem approach. So we have a 2-year work plan for our project. The beginning was a collection of all existing information on the field and in the literature and discussing with other networks and projects. And now we are analyzing all this data, and we would like to publish all our results at the beginning of 2013, because that will be the end of the first part of this project. So you can find a lot of information about our method in the article we published with the ALCOV group this year in the Archives of Public Health. You can also find information on our website set up by Spain in charge of dissemination, and you can see also the public ALCOV monitoring about our work and the work plan, which is published by Slovakia. So our final report next year will propose two types of results. The first one about what we know today about the situation in Europe and the level of evidence, and what we could propose to improve the situation on the right column with a concrete proposition and tools. And for example, for epidemiology, of course, the question of prevalence is crucial, but it's also important to know which kind of databases are available all over Europe and how we can propose guidelines for data collection to improve the knowledge on this topic. For early diagnosis, which are the systems in place in Europe for the diagnosis, and is it possible to have an evaluation of their effectiveness in the literature, perhaps, but also in the field. For care and services, in the same approach, what is the situation in Europe, what is proposed to patients, and what is assessed. And about ethics, the focus is made on the advanced directives of will, because we have different legal situation all over Europe, but we also have different implementation and use of this advanced declaration of will. Another very key question is about the evaluation of competencies. So, as I told you before, we have a shared topic which will benefit from the point of view of the different expertise and from the different countries. About the risk reduction of antipsychotics, because probably most of you know that, but we were used to prescribe this treatment facing BPSD. As a doctor, I was educated like that, but now we have new options, alternative, non-drug alternatives, and we do know that these drugs have very strong side effects, such as stroke, such as increase in mortality, such as, of course, sedation and poor quality of life. So it's very important to change our behavior facing BPSD and to promote other approaches. So we share this topic, and we will propose knowledge about the level of exposure of a person living with dementia in Europe to this psychotropic drug, and also we address different aspects of this antipsychotics prescription in order to improve the situation for the patient and for their family carers. So all these results will be presented next year in March in Paris, and I would like just to share with you some preliminary results. Unfortunately, I have no time to detail everything, so just to show what kind of results will be available next year. For example, about epidemiology and prevalence, the question one was about the review of all literature on prevalence, and there is a strong cooperation between ALCOVE, Alzheimer's Europe, and Eurocode, and it's very nice because we will be able to combine the results from Eurocode and the 17 studies from Eurocode to the 14th new one identified since Eurocode, and so to improve the knowledge because we will have much more data. On the question of survey, for example, Italy was able to identify 82 different databases in Europe with different types of data on dementia. And now they are classifying these databases in different types, and we would like to propose recommendations to improve data collection and to propose the same way of data collection in order to be able to share these different data and to improve our knowledge about dementia. And of course, they are working on antipsychotics, and we will have these results next year. Just about ethics, the same approach, as you can see, with the combination of literature review, survey with questionnaire to all member states about the topic of advanced declaration of will and competence assessment, and workshop, multidisciplinary workshop, and we are waiting the first results at the end of the year. I won't spend time about diagnosis because it was discussed yesterday in a dedicated workshop with Professor Don Broker, but as you can see, we have already results from more than 20 countries, and we can have a really concrete opinion on the situation of the diagnosis in Europe and how we can improve it. And we have other questions ongoing about the literature review, and we will combine the results of the survey and this literature to propose a recommendation which will be available for all member states. I just want to share with you a particular result from the work package dedicated to care and services for BPSD, led by Finland. As you can see, we have 3 questions. The first one about the support system developed in Europe for BPSD, and so we are just now analyzing the survey, and we have more than 20 countries which were able to respond to our questionnaire. And we have another questionnaire about guidelines, and it's very important to understand that most of the country have guidelines on Alzheimer's disease and dementia, but only 50% develop a focus on how to take care of BPSD, how to promote alternatives, and how to avoid, as possible, antipsychotics. The last question is about educational program for health professionals, but also on intervention for family carers. And I would like to share this one with you because it was a task performed in close cooperation with Alzheimer Europe, and you are part of this task because it was possible to set up a questionnaire on the program and the intervention proposed by all Alzheimer associations in Europe, and Alzheimer Europe has sent it to you, and today we have 13 responses. 13 countries we were able to give us their program, and we are analyzing this program. The results are very encouraging in order that all programs take into account BPSD, and half of this program assess the question of BPSD with the carer, the family carer, and the patient, and some 20% use a tool for evaluation of the results of the program with a scale measuring the BPSD. But it would be nice to have more information if possible, so I take this opportunity to ask you, if possible, to send your response to Alzheimer Europe. Even if you have no program for that, it's an information very important because we can promote, as a health policy network, we can promote a recommendation to support the development of such program in all countries in Europe because they have made the demonstration of their efficiency. So about the safety issue we share with all work packages, all these questions will be a support for us to develop concrete tools, both for health professionals, for daily carers, but for managers and for decision makers too, in order to have an overview of this topic and to solve together this topic. And the ALCOV executive board and partners have decided to develop a specific toolbox dedicated to this topic, and it's just a draft. It's completely preliminary. It will be available on the ALCOV website in March, and it will propose, of course, the results of all surveys, the recommendation, but also concrete tools and outstanding projects with contact in Europe in order that people who want to work with others could do it. So I just want really to thank the ALCOV group and the dynamic of this network. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful talk. It was very, very informative and very complex. Are there any questions to Dr. Le? Yes, please.
Hi. I just have one question, and it's in relation to your dissemination plan. And how do you plan, once you have your results, how do you plan to disseminate that and try to ensure that they're incorporated into national plans and strategies?
Thank you for this question. The very funny aspects of such project is that we have to disseminate before the end of the project, because we are budgeted for 2 years. And that's why the executive board and the partner have chosen to begin the dissemination and the promotion of the approach and the network during the project. So we were able to produce an article with all the methodology and the expected results. And our website will be the opportunity to propose all recommendations, and this toolbox will be promoted in each country, translated in each languages by the different partners. And it was ALCOV is a network requested by the government and the Ministry of Health. So there will be our specific dedicated targets. So we do think that they will be very interested in the results, and taking into account the difference in each country in terms of organizational health system, in terms of priorities, we will propose different tools, and it's up to the government to use this tool and this approach. The idea is really to promote benchmarking and exchanges of experience between countries, but based on a very scientific approach.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Yes, there's one, please.
Hello. To make the link with the presentation before about AAL program, do you plan in the work package 6, I think, about care and service, I don't remember the number, to assess the impact of information and communication technologies and assistive technologies in the changing of practices and care?
Thank you for the question. Yes, as you know, it's a very large issue, and so it was really decided to assess the literature. So if there are articles in the literature with a good level of evidence, that will be taken into account in the analysis of the literature. But we are not a research project, so that's a part of the response. Of course, we are interested in ongoing work, and we try to capitalize on ongoing work, but because we have to promote health policy recommendation, it's important to promote with a good level of evidence. But we do understand that it is a dynamic issue on dementia, so it's just a step. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think it's a good opportunity if such professional networks really are available, but I think it's probably not only the responsibility of the government then to promote the knowledge that it's gathered. It's really the responsibility of everybody to use the resources that worked out in these programs and also force the governments to implement it then.